guess like the first question, so like what type of like maintenance do you do with the company that help keep like the drivers and the roadways safe?
What we're required to do as drivers, well, I'm not a driver anymore, but as a driver, we have to do pre-trip and post-trips, which means we got to do a pre-trip before we leave and a post-trip after we leave. We basically check everything on the truck and trailer. We check the brakes, we check the oil, antifreeze, everything, lights, air lines, everything is checked. Same thing on the trailer. We make sure the tires are have enough air to 100 psi on truck and trailer. So, but we just verify and check that everything on it works. If it doesn't, then we write it up. I'll show you. We fill one of these out, and then we give that to whoever's working the desk, and then they'll put that truck or trailer out of service until it's fixed. So that's one of the main things we do, and it's the most important thing to do to make sure that we're safe out there. Because
I was a school bus driver, and we had to do that.
Yeah,
Not
so-
probably not as extensively as you do, but
yeah, it's like a 94-point inspection on
yeah,
ours.
wow.
So,
And I guess like sidebar, because this isn't one of the questions, but I guess most of your employees are trained a lot in like car mechanics and stuff, like being familiar with the different parts and stuff. Maybe
it
not
helps. It helps
like okay.
because naturally our engines are a lot bigger, a lot easier to access. The components we check in the engine, of course, is the oil. We check the tension of the belts, and then there's a fuel filter. If it fills up with fuel, then the truck malfunctions. But anytime that happens, we can we call it a regen. It just cleans out the air system. So, but yeah, we have a little knowledge of the mechanical part of it, so which is important.
Yeah, my friend's been really her grandpa is like a car collector, so he does like a lot of maintenance.
Oh yeah.
So her dad was really into it, and now she's really into this shit anyway.
Right.
Sidebar, I guess. But
That's okay.
how do the dispatchers maintain communication with drivers? Do you use like walkie-talkies? I guess.
No,
or
we
something?
each truck, now that we've moved to electronic logs, each truck has a handheld that it's actually a phone. So we can communicate that way, or we can just call them. Or even on the ELD, the electronic log, we can actually send a message through there to communicate with the driver. But I mean, everybody has a cell phone, so that's the easiest thing to do, is just call them. And we're all required to have a headset. We can't be hands-free, it has to be a headset. So.
What are some of like the rules of the road for like safe driving? Like
For safe driving?
Yeah.
Obey all laws. I mean, speed limits, all that. We try to maintain a distance. For a semi with a full trailer, 53-foot trailer, we try to keep a semi-link between traffic, because some people they'll freak out and brake check. So that gives us enough time to stop, because it takes us a football field to stop going 55 miles an hour. So 300 yards, that's what it takes us if we're fully loaded. So we always have to maintain that distance, and we're constantly looking in the mirrors to make sure we're aware of what's around us. So that's the important part of keeping safe, and just driving for the conditions. Here in Lubbock, drivers tend to go crazy when it rains or snows or it ices over. So we just have to take the extra caution.
Yeah, because it's always spooky whenever like you see the semi truck drivers.
Yeah.
So like, what are some like with like federal regulations? Like well, I guess like what are they and how do they restrict you?
They pretty much control everything. We are only allowed as drivers, we can only work a 14-hour day. After 14 hours of work, we have to stop and take a 10-hour break.
Really?
But we are allowed to drive 11 hours out of those 14. Once we run out of 11 hours of drive time, it doesn't matter if we still have the 3, we have to stop. So we have to take a 30-minute lunch break before 8 hours. So they control all of that.
Well, it's good that they have like breaks like that, because
Yep.
I know that with my mom and her bus driving, it gave her like a lot of physical stress and stuff, dealing with like, I guess, kind of the shock from like the driving and stuff?
Yes.
So
For us here, it's easier because we're LTL, we're less than load, so we're not over the road. We have multiple stops in the city. We have a driver that goes to Roswell, so it's not like we have multiple stops. We can have 5 stops, we can have 20, 25 stops, so we get that break in between. But even with that, we're still required to take a 30-minute, bless you.
so sorry.
It's okay, a 30-minute lunch break, regardless. Federal law supersedes everything, and our company makes it mandatory to take a 30-minute lunch break, so. Which is good because it allows us to rest, catch our breath. Sometimes, you know, some of the stuff we haul, it can weigh 100 pounds, it can weigh 5,000 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
So, and we pull all that with the pallet jack to the end of the trailer. So, it's a workout.
So what kind of information do you put on the driver's log?
Well, that's a copy of it. Basically, we just fill out our name, our driver's license, the type of license, which is a Class A, and then the issuing state, which most of us are Texas. What we do down here, we'll write all the information. We have the date, and it's usually just one day, our name printed, our home service address, which is this one, 935 North Avenue U. And if we have a co-driver, and you can actually take these with you.
Cool.
If we have a co-driver, which we rarely do, they'll have to sign in as well. We don't do paper logs anymore. Everything's done electronically. But what we do say, we're coming in at 7 o'clock in the morning. We were off duty, so we'll come here to 7, and then we'll go down to on duty.
Oh.
So we are on duty. We're on the clock. Once we clock in, that's when our clock starts for the 14 hours. Say we're here on the dock for an hour, prepping our trucks, doing the pre-trips, whatever, and then we start driving. Say at 8 o'clock. So we mark the hour we were here, and then we go up to driving, and then we just mark. So for every stop, say I drive from here to Plainview, it's an hour. We're going to Walmart. So at 9 o'clock, I'll go back to on duty. And we're at Walmart for a few hours to DC. And well, for maybe 30 minutes, so we just go back this way. For the 30 minutes, each mark on there is 15 minutes. And then we go back up to driving. And then for our lunch, say I drive another hour. And then I decide to take a lunch. Then I go up to off duty, because you have to be off the clock for 30 minutes for your lunch. And so I go through 11, and then I come back to driving. And then you mark here, you'll mark, this is we're in Lubbock. And in here, we'll mark we're in Plainview. We have to show where we're at. Now with the ELDs, it does it all for us. Up to the minute. Here it's 15-minute intervals. So it sucks because sometimes you're only there for 5 minutes, but you got to mark the 15. And then for the lunch, you just mark that and then put lunch.
That's really cool.
And then you just start driving again.
So what kind of things do you like ship on your trucks?
Here, everything, anything and everything.
So do you do like, I guess like food stuff too?
Yes. We actually have a trailer for United here, United Supermarkets, and for McLean. They drop them off, we fill it up with their stuff, and they come and pick it up. But we do Walmart as well, and a lot of that stuff is food products. So now we will deliver to customers. We actually have a supplier that does like spices and stuff, and we take it to her storage and then deliver it there. But yeah, but we did, like I said, I have a driver right now taking ammunition to the law enforcement center in Artesia.
So I guess like people just reach out to your company and
Yep.
they request
Yes.
stuff.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
They'll call a service center, or they can do it online. They'll call us. Actually, they were calling us right when you got here to do a pickup. So yeah, and it's all done. We'll receive a notice that there's a pickup, and then we look to see where it's at, because we have different drivers in different areas, and then we just assign it to whoever's the closest, and then they'll go and pick it up.
And how much do y'all get paid? Does it like depend on the is it like per hour? Is it per
Because we
trip?
are LTL, it's by the hour.
By the hour?
Yep. And office people is salary.
How much do y'all usually get paid by the hour?
Our drivers make over 36,
Really?
so it's good money.
I know. Like it's
$36 an hour.
I get $12 every night. Can we use 36?
Okay, that's
I know
not-
from bus driving though that the weight of the vehicle itself ends up settling somewhere in your body. For a lot of drivers, it's their knees, but for me, it was right here. And
For me, it was my knees.
and it's almost not worth it. Like
Oh.
it's debilitating.
Yeah, over the road drivers, it's a little easier because you're basically just driving cross country.
Yeah, that's true.
With us, we're in and out of our truck.
Yeah,
Say we have 20 stops. So for every stop, it's in and out of the truck and in and out of the trailer. So that's 4 times per stop. So that's 80 times.
plus when you stop, the weight of
Yeah.
that, it settles
Yeah.
somewhere in your body.
And then pulling and pushing the weight
Uh-huh.
of the pallets. Yeah.
See, I'm terrified of driving. I'm 17 and I haven't driven a car once. I'm terrified. Especially those like highway. Ooh, no.
Yeah.
It's like one
I
mistake
don't
and you're.
like those either.
Lord.
Especially in Dallas. So,
That's why I love big cities, but if I'm gonna, I don't know if I'll live in one because it's gonna be real scary if I drive in a big city.
you'll get used to that.
I'll
It's
get
scary
used
at first, but once you get used to it, the biggest thing is always be aware of what's around you.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, thank you so much.
is that all?
Yeah.
You got
that's all the
everything?
questions, yeah.
Okay.